Welcome to the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Emmett Muckles. Please visit iTunes, Stitcher, or emmettmuckles.com to listen to all the episodes for free.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast. This is your host, Emmett Muckles, broadcasting to you from sunny Southern California. Right now, it is, I think, 1,000 feet of snow in Indiana, and I am not missing it, but I'll be back there shortly. Anyway, you can always go to iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, and now it is available on Spotify. If you'd like to make contact or reach out, you can always go to emmettmuckles.com. There you can leave a comment or ask a question. And if you're on Facebook, please go to Emmett's Billionaire Lifestyle on Facebook. There's a group there, a group page there, where you can make contact. And if you don't have the links to any of those previously mentioned aggregators, you can always listen to the show there. Today, I'm going to have a really short diatribe here for the month of February. So for the month of February, what we're doing is we are doing a podcast today, and I implore you to help me to make it through this because it's really tough when you produce at least a podcast a day and try to be succinct and get it within a specific time period. But my topic today is how the devil, because I've been reading a lot of biblical texts or religious texts lately, particularly about the history of man and how we came to be and the differences between what science tells us and what theology tells us. And a lot of times I'm starting to come to the conclusion that a lot of it is allegory for how we work mentally, how we work spiritually, and how we work physically. But the one big thing that I realize is the devil or the evil or the negative influence, the opposite, the 180-degree opposite of positive, of love, has influence on the world. So you may have bought into the lie. And this goes into several topics that I actually want to cover because it seems like nowadays a lie can actually become the truth, but the devil has influence over it. That's the topic. That's the moniker I'm going to put on it because I'm looking at stuff, and I'll start with Colin Kaepernick. So this gentleman made a statement of not standing during the national anthem. And he succinctly said, hey, look, it's like this. The only reason I am doing this is because police officers are killing black men or people of color without justification, unarmed people that they don't have any reason to actually kill. And somehow it's been spun around to say that he is only doing it to disrespect the flag and veterans. And people literally believe it. They just dismiss the original narrative of why it's being done. Compounding that, I listen to what's in the media every so often. I'll turn on the TV just to catch up so I can find out what's happening in pop culture. So I'm not in a vacuum. I'm not in a bubble to see how people are reacting, see what is causing people to conversate about. And one of those things that I hear usually coming out of the White House, something is said and people believe, it as gospel, believe it as true. Someone will say, which is usually our 45th, he will say some asinine thing that is a blanket statement that says, this is what I'm thinking, and people will rationalize it away, or the media will rationalize it. And then all of a sudden people are like, okay, we believe the lie. Now, here's why I want to say this. This reminds me of, what was that movie with Kaiser Sose? I can't think of the name of it now. This is why you should have notes right in front of you about exactly what you're going to say. But Kaiser Sose said the greatest trick that the devil played on the population was to believe that he didn't exist. So, having said that, people are believing the lie. People are believing things that are blatantly not true. and they're going with it. But here's the whole point behind this. If someone tells a blatant lie, so if I walked out and I went on TV and I said, the sky is purple blue. Actually, I'm going to even go even further. The sky is red. And you go outside, you look up and you go, yeah, no, the sky is blue. But I keep saying the sky is red. And people have enough faith in me, or they follow me, or they idolize me, and they believe implicitly in my words, or have blind faith in just what I say, then they will begin to believe that the sky is indeed red. And if enough people buy into the belief of the lie, then it actually becomes true, because the consensus of the population make things true. Now, here's what I want to bring up as far as your life. Are you believing a lie? Now, it's not always a negative thing, because sometimes we have to self-talk to ourselves for the positive to change a negative around. So if you're having a hard time in life, you might, let's say you like alcohol and you like it a little bit too much. If you self-talk yourself where you believe a lie, where you say alcohol is bad for me, I don't like it, it's horrible tasting, it doesn't soothe me, when actually it does. But if you say it enough, you can believe the lie in a positive fashion. But on the other hand, people can believe a lie to their detriment, which means I'll take the position of Nazi Germany. Nazi Germany said all these people were evil. They were bad. They were the reason that they were having all kinds of problems. And it wasn't true, but they believed it so much. They got it indoctrinated so much that they killed millions of people believing a lie. Remember, you have to look for the actual truth that will bring forth positive things in your life and in your society and in your community. Do not believe the lie. Do not believe the lie. Look at the truth. Whatever your heart is telling you right off the bat, that's where you go. Because there are some people who are conflicted. You know, they go along to get along, but they know it's not right. And that's where the lie becomes the truth. When you go along to get along so you don't cause stress in your life, that's where the problem is. So I've been reading this book, which talks about the 7 great principles. And one of those is, or the 7 great laws. And one of those is the law of polarity. And there was something really interesting that they said in this particular book about one of the laws. The law of attraction being one of those, but that's not the one I'm referring to. I'm referring to the law of polarity. And in this doctrine, what they state is there is really no bad or good. It's just degrees of one another. So there is no cold or hot. They're just degrees of the same thing, because you can never really say what actual cold is, because to some people, 60 degrees is freezing. To other people, 20 degrees is freezing. And even if you look at a thermometer, you cannot say from a human standpoint what cold is. You cannot say what definition, like you can't point it out and say what hot is, because it's a sensory thing. So that's how life is. The same thing is with love and hate. It's just the opposite, the polar opposites of each other. So love is the highest level of vibration. And then you take it down 1 degree to where you're 180 degrees out of phase with love and you are at hate. That's why much of the time, the same energy that goes into love can be manifested into hate. That thing that you love can be also turned into that thing that you hate. So when we are looking at life, we have to look at how things are effective. So some things that are blatantly not positive can be turned into those that are positive, which means you have to look for the your truth. You have to look how it resonates with you and how it resonates with your community and what kind of effect that choice will have on you and your community, because we want to vibrate at the highest level. We want to always vibrate at the highest level, just like you are now. With that being said, always move toward the higher plane. Feel it with your bones. Feel it with your soul. Feel it with your being, with your trinity, your mind, your body, your spirit, and it will tell you the truth. Sometimes that can be influenced by outside forces where you know in your heart of hearts what it is, but the outside world will influence you and a lie will become the truth. Don't let it be that way. Don't let a lie become the truth. Live in as absolute truth as possible. Look at the facts of what is before you, because the facts will dictate what is true. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 1. The devil has influence and the truth can become a lie. Also, remember, we have to treat each other with love, with the highest level of vibration. That starts with you. You have to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you really can't have love for someone else. You really can't experience love for or with someone else, because love radiates from the inside out. You know, what you usually feel for someone is what they stir up in you, but it's already there. So when you go to that mirror, when you look in those eyes, know that you are loved, that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience. I have this exercise that I'm going to do with you guys in the next couple of episodes about how to decipher that. And it's a mind-blowing thing. It's a concept, an exercise that came to me from KRS-One, and it has had me in a tizzy for a couple of weeks here. Well, anyway, till the next time we speak, this is Emmett Muckles. Remember, love yourself, treat others as you would like to be treated, which means justly, and have an awesome day. Love you all. Peace.